this sort of idea of, systems and interconnected things and all of that stuff. And I mean, when it boils down to it, I just try to make beautiful things. I work with video, work with sound. I do a lot of installation work, but all of it typically is using sound, video, and to some degree something that ties those elements together. A lot of times I'm doing work that is really based just on the signal itself, using the signal that runs through both audio and video, and sometimes you're listening to the image and sometimes you're seeing the sound. I call it sort of speculative listening. It's a way of just sort of being in the world in a way that you're paying more attention to what's going on around you in a different way. So I kind of use technology as a way to bring those things to the foreground and make that become more apparent. Ever since I was a kid, I've really been attracted to processes, systems and processes. Being able to create these fluid connections between various processes and then, using the electronic medium, it just lends itself to that. I'll be outside, I'll see some birds flying by and I'll be like, oh, wouldn't that be cool? What does it sound like? What would those birds sound like if that was like music, like a flock of birds, or, like water is running down. It's like, you see the movement of that, and, it's like, wouldn't that be cool if I could like turn that into a composition, audio-visual composition, or that I could take the movement of the water and turn that into something that moved using actuators and motors or something like that to sort of expand out. Is there a language in there that's happening? So like it'll kind of be like that, and sometimes it is driven by nature or things that you just kind of see every day, and then it comes down to like, okay, now the real work starts. Okay, so I'm gonna need something that like detects the data. I got to build this little module, or I can just buy one of these things. Oh, that doesn't exist yet. So then you got to figure something out and build it. It's like, oh, okay, I'm going to learn a new skill here. I got to figure out how to program one of these little microcontrollers and figure out how to get that to sense something. And now I got to get it to talk to these lights or whatever it is. You start building these things out, and then you start bulletproofing it, and then you build that into a system that can then be boxed up and sent someplace. And when they take it out and hook it all together, it just works. We were involved in the arts and music scene in Baltimore, my wife and I, Stacy B. And we used to put on shows in Baltimore in a big warehouse. It was called Our House. It was a blast. It was punk rock and sort of a neo-psychedelic thing. And coming out to Lafayette, it was like, in a way, it was sort of like a withdrawal, like, what am I doing out here? There's like no one out here. I'm gonna go crazy. But then really what it became is an opportunity to really kind of explore my own work and to kind of figure out like, what do I care about? What am I interested in? So for me, being in Lafayette, especially in the earlier days when there really wasn't a ton of stuff going on out here, it just kind of enabled me to kind of nest a little bit and to really establish myself as like, yeah, these are my ideas, this is my work, this is what I want to pursue just on my own. So it's actually been really great. My interaction with the creative community as well as the larger community here in Lafayette has just been wonderful. I mean, Lafayette has just tons of creative people, musicians, writers, poets, painters, sculptors, artists of every kind. I joined an organization called Arts Lafayette. I'm a member of the board, and what we do is we help to fund other people's creative work. It's been great to give back to the community. I've always been involved in working with other artists and putting on these events and things, even all the way back to my Baltimore days. So being on the board of Arts Lafayette has been awesome to get to meet people and to get to help people realize their own projects. I started my own little festival here, Lafayette Electronic Arts Festival. Live performance using electronic media. So typically involves a visual component, a sound component, bringing that to the community and showing the community like what this general sense of what this art form is all about. To continue is to succeed. And for me, the thing that I am most proud of is I can continue. I can keep doing this work and that people are paying attention. My name's David Fodel, and I'm an artist.